Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob and today I'm going to attempt to restore, customise these two Hot Wheels. We have a Deora 2 and a Bone Shaker. Now this one I guess is a little bit difficult for me because it was part of a little unboxing, and Andrew, who is this is the commission, sent me some other cars, and my children are actually playing with those today. But unfortunately, Andrew lost his partner, Nicola, and she was a fan of the diecast and all the kind of creators on YouTube, like all of us. And she really enjoyed the Deora 2. And Andrew's kind of favourite casting, so I understand, is the Bone Shaker. So today we're kind of doing a bit of a matching pair, little custom, which I hope and I'm sure you will enjoy. But anyway, we'll start by drilling down the centre of the post, and both of these cars just have one rivet, removing the flange and tapping the holes. Check out the Amazon links down below in the description for all these pieces plus many more. But yeah, two castings today. And I've never seen the Deora 2 before, but it's an interesting casting, right? You can see this one is in some kind of surfer livery. But I wonder, in real life, what would you use this for? Like a truck, perhaps? Kind of like a bit of a flatbed on the back? But yeah, very interesting design. We do have a bright orange window section there, and then a chrome interior and huge engine out the back. The original Hot Wheels wheels will remove and replace today. And then we'll paint up this base shortly. But yeah, this casting, I was a little bit, not necessarily concerned, but I wondered how I could kind of, or make it look good, I guess, ultimately. The colour that Nicola really liked, even though she was a kind of skull and crossbones kind of gal, she did like a pink colour, or like a pinkish purple. And that's the colour we're going to be going with today on both of these. What Andrew said actually was, could I paint them in Spectra Flame? Now I don't have any Spectra Flame paint. Coming from America right now, it's very difficult to get hold of anything outside of the UK. But we do have some paint that I think is, well, not only beautiful but appropriate to what Nicola would have liked. But the Bone Shaker interior here, all in one piece, so we'll detail that out later on. And then yeah, so we've got the red coloured casting here with the skull and crossbones. And then I thought actually the Deora 2 is not in too bad a condition. What I didn't want to do is put it into the footlong for it to, not going anywhere with the caustic soda solution today. So I thought I would kind of rough it up. And I was thinking about, because there's quite some large areas on this casting, I didn't want it to look a bit odd in just a single colour. And I considered and wondered about some stripes or some decals, but it was when I actually kind of took off the surfer dude decal on the side, I realised that underneath that, there is a lot of design, beautiful curves. And I think that's why Nicola really liked this casting. The kind of large windscreen, the big curves around the front there. It's certainly interesting, and it's certainly very different to a lot of what I've done before and what I have. So it's nice to do something a little bit different today. But yeah, along the side there, it's got some lovely, I guess, air vents. And because of those, I was happy to kind of paint this car without having to add anything to the side of it. And then the same again with the bone shaker. There's a lot going on with the bone shaker. I don't believe you need to add anything else to it. Of course, if you was going to do multiple bone shakers, then you'd want to change it up, right? But for me today, I was happy to put it into the one colour. But now all the paint's roughed up, we'll put it into the foot-long hot dog jar, and we'll cover it in boiling water. And then in comes, because there's 2 castings, we'll go with 2 spoonfuls of caustic soda. And already I think you can see the paint is coming off of them quite nicely. We've got the metal base of the bone shaker there. I know they come with a plastic base as well, because Andrew sent me a couple of others that will feature in the future. The interiors here that have been kind of covered in chrome paint, I'll throw them into the caustic soda solution as it cools off a little bit. But yeah, just the Deora base here, nice and clean, ready for a little bit of paint shortly. And then we have the windscreen here. It is very orange, and going with, I was a little bit concerned, to be honest, with the the pinkish kind of purple colour, wondering whether the orange, because it's generally would really clash. But actually, I've kind of gone with a gold wheel with this one, and I think it just ties in nicely. Had I gone with a silver wheel, I think perhaps it would have looked out of place, but because we've gone with a gold wheel, it works really well. But yeah, this is just the Deora base here, and we'll cover it first in the matte black. Later on, I go with some dry brush effect, a little bit of silver, just to bring out some of those details under there. And yeah, not that I can really move the casting because there's a bit of a lid there, but it's started to cool off now. A lot of that paint I think is coming off, so I'm happy to just dunk in the interiors here, and by the time I get down to the sink, all that chrome has been removed. So there you go, with the interiors, chrome has gone. And we'll paint them up shortly, detail them out. And then the main castings. And as I turn it around, front and back, we do have a 100% paint removal today. So that's a nice little start. A good, a nice positive start. This commission, Andrew, I've taken a little bit of time to really do this one. It was a couple of reasons. One, ultimately my fault for kind of hiding the box and not really seeing it. But at first, I kind of maybe struggled to kind of think how I'm going to do this. And then later on, kind of with a recent polishing attempt, I knew I needed to get some new tools, and that's where this comes in. So I've gone over this whole casting now in 1200 grit, and it was at that point that I thought, this is not going to be good enough. I need to get myself some polishing wheels, proper ones, not on the Dremel, you know, a real big beefy boy. And so that kind of delayed a little bit this this commission, because the post in my area at the moment, through no fault of the Royal Mail's fault, it's been real delayed at the moment. But anyway, we've got to it now, and I'm just having a look at the different polishing compounds. So as we can see, the first cut and flattening, and then you've got the final high polishing finish of chrome. And I've got two different wheels, so we'll go with the white stitch for the brown, and then the Colton, I think it was called, for the pink. Got a lovely little free cloth with this, and of course I need to break this down, because even though what I bought was a polishing machine, I got a grinder with some attachments, so I need to do the work myself. And this is the brown compound bar here. And I'm using this for the first time, so I'm kind of learning as I go. But I've seen videos where people will put that on, as you can see here. But look at the mess already. Can you see underneath? And then I just start buffing away at this. And actually I got really excited, so I just continued to buff away until I was buffing done. And this is probably a couple of hours later, mostly because I needed to clean up afterwards. Those buffing wheels went absolutely everywhere. But yeah, look at this. Beautiful, right? You can even see the reflection there. The American flag, and followed there by the Brazilian flag there, look, kindly sent across. I've got it up on my wall, probably even better here in the Deora too. But yeah, really just buffed out lovely. And this is what I mean, you know, I wanted to kind of almost create the Spectra flame, but I know that with this candy over now this polished body, it will be similar. And you can actually see, look at that, the reflection in the little paint booth here. But this will need to be layered up. I need to take my time. I probably went with, I wouldn't be surprised if I went with about 10 coats. And unfortunately I didn't turn on the filter there, so yeah, it got a bit cloudy, but turned it on for the bone shaker for this first little coat. And like I say, they must both have 10 coats of candy on it. And just build it up in little thin layers. And whilst that was drying, we put a little bit of black primer to start on the interiors of both castings. And then I covered the interiors in the silver chrome. And that was basically the kind of base of which I built on top of some of the details with chrome and black in places of which I felt were necessary. But it's now later in the day, and this is the Deora 2. Doesn't she look pretty? The interior window there, and like I say, gone with the gold wheels. I think it just helps tie that in. The painted in the black seats and some kind of details on there. And they're chromed out the engine at the rear. This is the silver dry brushing effect, kind of highlights all those raised bits on that base. The bone shaker there, looking good in the same colour. And again, so we've got some black seats in this one, and then I've chromed out the skull and engine and bits and pieces on the back. And we're going with a staggered wheel choice for the bone shaker. But as you remember, this is what they looks like. And this is the result. So I think, or at least I hope you'll agree, the gold goes well with the pink. And it ties in now with that window section. And coming around the back, you can see now that a little bit of red in those tail lights, but that huge engine just poking through. And then moving on to the bone shaker there. Of course, we've got that big chrome skull on the front, detailed out with the engine. And then those that wheel choice, I think, really suits it. I think it's a great looking pair. Andrew, I really hope that that you like these two. But anyway, massive thanks to my patrons. Thanks again, Andrew. I appreciate you sending these cars to me. And if it does a little something for you as a little memory, then I hope that that you really do like them. Keep your chin up, mate, and I'll speak to you soon.